Dinner tonight, huh? Wow.
Okay. You listening? Okay, we're live.
Welcome to the Corporation Township of Boncha Valley Committee Meeting. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. We're here in council chambers and the municipal building and Zoom conferencing. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Are there any additions to the agenda? None? Can I get confirmation of the agenda? Neither? Is there any pecuniary interest or general nature thereof?
Call for this on the agenda.
All in favor?
I did. Sorry, all in favor of the agenda. Pecuniary interest, general nature thereof? See none? Can I get approval of the minutes?
Yep.
Okay. We do have a delegation today to welcome Megan Sutherland, who is the Business Development Officer for Renfrew County Community Futures Development Corporation. Welcome, Megan.
Do you want to come up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you like me? Right here?
Yeah, right there.
Perfect.
Wait, we only throw snowballs.
Pardon me?
We only throw snowballs.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this is new to me. So thank you for having me, first of all. I don't believe we've been up in this area formally in a
A
while.
long while.
Yeah, so it's nice. So I'll just give you a brief overview. We did send a quick PowerPoint and our annual report from last year, as we just finished our year end last week. So good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Thank you for having us here today. My name is Megan Sutherland. I am the Business Development Officer with Renfrew County Community Futures. We appreciate the opportunity to be here and share a brief overview of who we are, what we do, and how we support businesses and communities across Renfrew County. So Renfrew County is part of a Community Futures program, which is a nationwide network funded by the Government of Canada. So we're federally funded. There are 267 Community Futures offices across Canada, including 60 in Ontario alone. So we're considered the eastern side of Ontario. So we're focused on delivering local solutions for local economies. And here in Renfrew County, we've been doing this work since 1986. So this is our 40th year in existence. Supporting businesses, employment, and community economic development for 4 decades. So our roles and mandates. Our core mandate with our CCFDC is to support business enterprises, community-based economic development, and employment growth are our 3 primary mandates. We do this through a combination of financing, business counseling, and community economic development initiatives tailored specifically to meet the needs of Renfrew County. So our work is driven locally and decisions are made locally, which allow us to be responsive to the realities of rural and small town businesses. I come from a 20-year banking background, so that part really resonates with me. So I've been with the Community Futures Office for a year. I sat on the board for 3 years prior to joining. Every loan that I've done in the last year, we would not have approved at a bank, just as a perspective. So one of our primary services is the small business financing. So we provide loans up to $300,000 to support a variety of different ventures. We encourage clients to explore traditional financing. We're not in competition with anyone. We're here truly to fill a gap and a need for small businesses in rural communities. We often will fund with banks or BDC or other different partners, funding sources. Our financing can support equipment and machinery purchases, business expansions, working capital. We do a lot of startups, which is a core need in Renfrew County because this is definitely an area the banks do not want to touch. I think we've done 70% of our closings last year were startups, which is excellent. If we think about what's happening from an economic perspective across the county. Since the inception of our loan program, we've funded just shy of $50 million into Renfrew County over the past 40 years, leveraging about $44 million and helped create 5,500 jobs across Renfrew County. So these numbers reflect not just the lending activity, but the broader economic impact of supporting local entrepreneurs. So the differences, the few key things that differentiate us from traditional financing is the loan applications are reviewed and approved locally. So I'm the primary contact for all of our business community through the advisory services and through financing. And we are governed by a local board of volunteer directors who are our decisioning authority for all loans that happen. Why is this important is you're not dealing with someone in Toronto who doesn't understand what's happening in Eatonville, right? I've had numerous conversations in my lending careers with underwriters in Toronto who just truly don't understand how rural lending functions. We also do more flexibility in our security requirements. We often get asked questions as to what is our cutoff or what is the box, and we don't really have a box because they're individually tailored to each business requirement. So we do have a ton of flexibility within our program and how we look at securitization and how we view risk. Our community economic development, so beyond the business side of it, we do actively work in community economic development. So we work alongside municipal leaders such as yourselves, community organizations, and key stakeholders. So through development of community economic development plans, support value-added activities, encourage diversification and expansion into new sectors. So our goal is to strengthen the overall economic resilience of Renfrew County, not just individual enterprises. And I do have a colleague, Michelle Goyer, who is our Community Economic Development Officer, and that is her primary area. Is that my cutoff?
Nope.
Our business counseling and support. So in addition to the financing, we offer free business counseling and support, which is really awesome. We're one of the only ones outside of, I think even BTC is charging now. So people can come to us. I say use and abuse our services to whatever degree that you want. I have some people I speak to once. I have some that I speak to on a monthly basis. So it's continuous, ongoing. We also like to partner with Enterprise Renfrew County quite a bit because they have complementary services. So there is some really great partnership that happens across organizations within the county that if I can't do it, I'm going to find out who can and give a warm referral to them, which is really great. So we do this for small and medium-sized businesses throughout Renfrew County and are designed to help entrepreneurs build strong, sustainable operations. So in closing, we are here as a partner for businesses, for municipalities, and for the broader community. We welcome referrals, collaboration, and opportunities to work together and support economic local growth. Our contact information is in our pictures up there on the screen. So if there's ever a need or even a question, you are more than welcome to contact us at any time. We'll never not answer the phone or return an email. So I want to thank you again for your time today, and I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any.
It's like you're Cindy's backup dancers.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. I love it.
Hey.
The boss. Yeah.
I've known Cindy for a long
I
time.
figured you guys have. Yes.
Thanks, I think, I didn't really know that much. That's a really good resource that you have. I loved what you said about supporting small businesses that maybe a bank wouldn't traditionally support.
Right.
It's really good incentive for people to want to reach out.
Mhm.
So I had a couple of things.
Please.
So you said you worked for a bank. We hope it wasn't Bank of Montreal.
No, well, I started my career there actually, but no.
Nice little.
We're angry.
Yeah.
And you talked about an application where a bank absolutely would not have approved.
Mhm.
And you spoke about flexibility, which I love, that you're not pigeonholing an entrepreneur into a box and saying you don't have enough equity in whatever it is in order to secure this loan. So obviously the application process must be easier for entrepreneurs with
Yeah.
CFTC, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I think that that's a very important message.
Mhm.
I think entrepreneurs do go to traditional financial institutions. They're turned down again and again and again. until they might find a financial institution or a private lending.
Yeah,
And I speak about this from experience
Okay.
in opening my own business.
yeah,
So I think that, you know, when you're, from my perspective, we were told, no, there are too many garages in
Right.
the town of Renfrew. But there were no import garages, and that was what made us different.
okay,
And so when we finally found a financial institution that would back us, because we needed everything, hoists, you name it. It was really important, and I think that this option probably would have made it far less stressful,
right.
right? If you can present a business plan and you have in your head why your business is unique.
Mhm.
I think that, like Tracy just said, the resources, but to also mentor somebody as an entrepreneur, that's priceless.
Yeah,
My only other question for you, do you have an up to like, cost sharing? So if I had 50,000, could I apply for 150,000, or do you put those kinds of parameters on?
not really. It's very dependent on what the project would be.
Okay.
Yeah, so our max threshold is 300,000, and so if it makes sense. So often we'll do a combination of equipment purchase with capital infusion, so we might do 100,000 for equipment and 50K for just capital. We did one recently without breaching any sort of privacy, but it was a purchase of some dairy cattle. With a requirement to get up to quota. So we gave them $50,000 extra, knowing that it would take 6 months of integrating the cattle into the herd to build the quota back up to where it needed to be. This individual was turned down 3 times. So by the time he got to me, he was so frustrated.
Yeah.
That he, it was hard to build that relationship initially, but we're funding this week, which is really exciting. So it's unique, and some people we're also, what I like about it is that it's common sense lending, it's common sense advice. And we don't sugarcoat things. So if I think something doesn't make sense, I'm not gonna lead you down a path that's also gonna end in destruction.
Right.
So we've had a couple of those hard conversations where it's not a no today, but here are some things to consider. If you really want to pursue this, you need to do X, Y, and Z to get yourself to that point. Otherwise, this just isn't a viable option. Don't dump all your time and money into this either, right? It's
That example wouldn't have even occurred to me, right? Because when you think of those quotas, they seem unattainable. But if you're talking about giving them a chance to come up to the quota, that
Yep.
whatever quota they have. But that, what an interesting example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it is really cool, the things that we get to do. I think what ultimately drove me to this position is years of being frustrated at the banks, just going, there's a lot of, not to knock banks, because they certainly have a place. But there is a lot of conversation about, well, start your business and we'll hold your hand and get you through everything. But the reality is that if you're not generating revenue for them immediately and you're the lowest risk possible, they don't want to talk to you until you don't need them. And that's where we come in at the inception to say, no, we'll get you to that point because we want you to be bankable. But let us hold your hand and get you to that point. And some clients stay with us forever or do a combination, but it's really cool, the things that we can kind of intricately weave together for clients that just never thought that was an option.
I just wonder how many entrepreneurs just throw up their hands and don't do anything because
Yeah.
they don't know about this.
I was gonna say, how many great ideas are killed, right? Or die because they don't have the support from a traditional bank. They're there.
Yeah.
That sort of leads in beautifully to what I was gonna ask, but I'll just preface it first with, I have a very close friend
Okay.
who started a business that is now extremely successful, and it wouldn't have been possible without this program. So I understand like the value and how you take someone who's really good at, I'm gonna use an example to not breach confidential, like making a mosaic, and teach them how to be a business person
Yeah.
that makes mosaics. And right, that is the secret sauce, I think, that's really,
100%.
really important. So like bravo to the work that you do, because as you were saying, you know, our rural economy is really built on entrepreneurs. We don't have a ton of industry
Yeah.
to keep us going. And so entrepreneurs are what grow the economy, but also employ more people.
Mhm.
You know, and people might not think of Murphy's Auto as being entrepreneurs, but when you first started, that's exactly what
Yeah.
you were, and other businesses as well. So my question to you, which led into what my colleagues were saying, is what is it that we can do as a municipality that can help you spread the word and make sure that people of all ages know that this is an opportunity, that if they have an idea, that they can work with somebody
Mhm.
who has the business acumen and the finances to get them on their path if it's viable.
I love this question. Number one, thank you for having us, because this is step one. It's just getting in front of the people who know the people within the community
Right.
far better than we do, because we're covering such a large geography. Number two, partnership. If you have any ideas as far as if you want to run workshops, or if there's any sort of economic development strategies you're looking to put in place that you need help with, we are more than willing to step in and do that. Again, that's a free service that we offer through Cindy and Michelle. So Cindy often will do strategic development with municipalities. Talk about us. If you, hey, that's a great idea, you know what, here's a good contact, go and call these people, even the 1-800 number is fine, because we'll get directed to where it needs to be. We know that this is an underutilized service.
I'm just gonna say that to Meredith's point,
Yeah.
like, we need to promote the
Mhm.
heck out of this, because even from my perspective, and generally,
Yeah,
we hear from CDFC every year at the county, or every couple of years. And it's too easy to forget
of course.
and let
Yeah.
it fall off top of mind
Mhm.
when you know that there are entrepreneurs out there. So
Yeah.
we need to be better at promoting and helping you.
Even a bare minimum of signing up for the newsletter, you probably get 1 million newsletters, I realize that, but or encouraging other entrepreneurs within the community to sign up, because then it's just kind of top of mind. One of those things where you're like, oh yeah, that program's happening, or this was happening. We just finalized a program called Can Trade, which we developed last year, that was kind of in response to the impact from the tariffs. It wasn't a bailout fund, it was an opportunity fund. How can we help you basically mitigate any of the impact that you're getting from, we had a lot of people who were exporting to the States who then said, we're not doing that anymore. Now we're gonna focus on building out interprovincially.
Right.
So this gave them an opportunity to now expand into a new market within Canada, which makes our entire economic picture stronger. That just finished at the end of March, but it was very successful because it gave people an opportunity to think about business differently in a time where economically people were very scared and they weren't sure what they were going to do, especially when their biggest source of income was coming from the States.
Yeah.
I have another question. There are 246 or so,
Mhm.
maybe more, offices across Canada.
Yeah.
Is the money in the pot shared across Canada and whoever uses it, or do you have an amount for this area specifically?
Yeah, so each office, so even in Ontario, there's two different, there's FedNor and FedDev, and we are FedDev. So each office is granted a sum of funds each year by FedDev. And we also manage our own investment fund that we've grown since the last 40 years. So there's sufficient funds within that to support many, many years to come. But no, it's not one giant pool of money. Like, I know
Yeah.
probably on the
Yeah.
higher end, there's some sort of allocation.
So the max per business is 300,000. Do you have an amount per year, or that you track of how much you invest across?
Right, we have soft KPIs that we do follow. Coming from banking world, it seems like peanuts in comparison, but so our goal is $2 million, 20 new loans written each year.
Wow.
So last year we finalized at it, I think just shy of 2.4 million in 23 new loans. So, and like I said, 70% of that being startup,
But you
Mhm.
also feel that the program's underutilized.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's very important information for us to have.
Because we have the money, we can lend it.
Yeah,
So we're not an office that is hurting. I can't say that about every CF office because each area is obviously very unique. But for us,
If we offered to host an information
I'd be all.
night,
yeah,
then, and people could come and hear about this to the general public, you'd be,
that's the road I was going down.
Sign me up. I would love to come.
yeah, I
Okay,
think that's a great idea.
I'm sure that we can set that up with our community development officer.
Okay, fabulous. Yeah.
I couldn't agree with Meredith more. I think that, again, it's so easy to forget
Mm,
about these resources. But I think one of the most important things is the human resource aspect of this,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Guiding, like saying to an entrepreneur, we'd love to loan you money, but you have to have a business case. You have to have a business plan.
Mhm.
Like, what's the plan? You can't just walk into the office and say, I want $300,000 to make widgets. So I think that the mentoring is almost as important as the money.
I would agree,
Yeah.
even more so.
Yeah,
So I have another client that we're working on, submitting to the board shortly, but I've been working with them for 7 months. So we've identified major gaps in their business structure where we've restructured their whole business operation
Wow.
prior to even considering applying for any money.
so you get a free MBA. for-
Exactly.
You know, that's amazing.
Yeah. No, this is very impressive. Thank you
And-
so
Thank you.
much.
And it's not just for new startups, it's also businesses that are looking at pivoting or growing or expanding. So
Yeah.
that's really interesting too, and
Yeah.
just in terms of our marketing, that it's not just for new startups.
No,
but
and I think that's what a lot of people do think. is that
yeah,
it's
that's
startup
what I
only.
thought it
Yeah.
was.
But it's anywhere from beginning to end. So if you're looking to exit, we can support in succession. There's a new program being developed through Ontario Small Business Network, where they're developing a whole succession toolkit, which is really fantastic. So that will be then put down to the county, who would then share it with us. So it gives us an additional resource, because this is a conversation that we're starting to see happen more and more. Another way that we can get involved with you, and things that I've done with other municipalities, are workshops. Or roundtables. So the city of Pembroke, it works really nicely because my sister is the economic development officer for the city of Pembroke. So the conversation's just natural. But she's doing a roundtable at the end of April, which is just conversations with specific industry sectors. And just having us come as a voice for business, just as an expertise. We can do, I'm doing value proposition workshops with Pero, which supports Canada-wide. So there, anything that you can possibly think of, we are 100% willing to come in and support.
Fantastic. Man. We will make that happen.
I love it. Thank you.
Megan?
John, did you have anything?
Yeah, Megan, just wondering sort of what proportion of your annual disbursements would be made to businesses without bricks and mortar, not a building or a street address, a farrier visiting farms or something along that line.
Fine.
Yeah, so service-based business is probably one of our largest funded sources historically. So I've learned what I love about this job, John, is I've learned so much about industries I knew nothing about over the last year. So it could be one was a gentleman who's needed specialized cameras, because he goes in and scopes all the infrastructure damage for municipalities, and so he's hired by like large contractors. People who do forestation, so they're buying skidders and things along those lines. So they're not brick or mortar at all. They have
Yeah.
a piece of equipment in themselves.
I love it.
That-
Yeah.
It seems to me that's a large part of our entrepreneurial spirit, are people who go out to the workplace and do the job. Thank you.
I would say smallest would be people who are brick and mortar, because usually their requirements are quite large.
Yeah.
So if they're looking to buy a commercial building for $1.5 million, we're a very small portion of that. So we can come in as a complementary funder, but it would be primarily service-based.
John's asking because he needs a new ring light and camera for his TikTok influencing.
Give me a call, John.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I couldn't help myself.
No, you couldn't.
I just couldn't.
Mark, did you have anything on that?
Well, I was going to spill the beans a little bit, but anyways,
I retired at age 53. What's one
Congrats.
guy gonna do it after age 53?
Run for
I
council.
had the old farm up here. I started a Christmas tree farm.
I love that.
Yeah, and oh, you'll never sell a Christmas tree up here. Oh. Couple products. First of all, you plant them in a row, you prune them, and the big seller, nobody wanted the Christmas trees in the house because the needles drop off. I bought a shaker. Everybody that had a tree, got it shaken and left there with a clean tree.
Hmm.
20 years and 30,000 trees later,
Wow.
I'm back in retirement. It's, you can think something simple as a Christmas tree,
Yeah.
but anyways, there's too much plastic now, you wouldn't get away with it now, I don't think.
I think it depends. Again, I think this is kind of catering to our rural.
Anyways, my
Very good.
Christmas tree patches are now replanted in red pine.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I'm getting too old for that nonsense.
Yeah.
That's great, Megan. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to add to the idea of a workshop that maybe there's others with similar relationships or ideas that we could partner with to host a workshop.
Yeah.
So if there's other community supports, that might benefit from this.
Now, you do attend Renfrew County Day. You did.
More, probably more the City Michelle side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Because they tend to be more out at those. Mine are generally more like nitty gritty, let's get into the weeds kind of workshops. One that I find is really beneficial is cash flow. Because it's the
Yeah.
life and blood of a business. It either kills you or makes you successful. So that's a really important one, and I find especially for, like you said earlier, Meredith, about I know everything about how to sell my iPhone, but I have no idea how to run my business. So the cash flow one seems to be a really popular one, just because people
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll,
Okay.
we'll do a whole day. We'll bring in Bank of Montreal. Thank you.
Very welcome,
Yeah,
thank
thanks.
you. I appreciate your time.
We appreciate the PowerPoint.
Just building off something that Merv said, like. It's so, something that can start off very small
Mm.
can become something huge, and it's just about having a dream and an idea and believing in yourself.
Yes.
And I know some guys that were in business school and they had a project and to create a business, they created a toy company. It's now Spin Master and they're billionaires.
Yeah.
So, I think
Yeah,
these investments can make dreams come true. It's really important for us to,
it's like
especially.
Dragon's Den.
Yeah, it's
That's a bad idea.
because we want to
Yeah.
keep our kids and our talent here,
100%.
and this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. It's really nice. And what I'm starting to see too is the integration of urban moving in and buying
Yeah,
local businesses if there isn't the succession available through family, which is really great because that's also building our economy.
Yeah,
Because they're bringing in their families and they're
Mhm.
bringing in a whole new market of tourists that may not necessarily have been here. I'm seeing this a lot in the Barry's Bay area, especially, which is
yeah.
pretty much your neighbors, so it's
yeah,
impacting you guys as well.
that's great. Well,
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks.
go and enjoy the sunshine.
Thank you.
Soak it up.
Do you have any department heads here?
I did see Daryl,
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
one hour.
Was it? Very much.
So good.
Yeah, somewhere. Hey, you're up.
Oh, of course. I did not know that.
I heard in cats.
Hey. She would do some.
Interesting.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
And Jen used to work there.
Jason, while you were there?
Jen is
No.
speaking.
I have the two Daryls.
Yeah, and I think she was.
Check on it, bro.
Oh, sure, now they're all coming in together.
Yeah. Welcome, Daryl.
All good, I think. Yes. It's bad, right?
Hello, Daryl.
Hi.
Good, how are you doing?
So. I don't know.
All there.
It's all good, but
Yep.
you didn't
Give us an
have a
update.
400-page
No,
MOE report.
no, I didn't.
What gives?
So anyways, we've been doing things and stuff, so. All water's under pressure and the sewage runs downhill. That's right.
Can you make it less technical?
I know. You dumb it down for us, Daryl.
Okay.
Are you all ready for this John Street project?
No, yes.
Yes, no,
Yeah, we're working on it.
yeah, okay. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Before the leader
It's-
runs out of water, can't flush a toilet.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, I can see. Like just for us alone.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah, I assume that you would be right in there. Okay,
So between them and Enbridge. It's busy. We've had so many locates already, it's just unreal. And it's nothing to do with John, well, we've done John Street, but with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enbridge, they're doing them all over town.
well, we really appreciate that, and I know that Nick and Chris really appreciate it. Their open house at the Legion was
I heard it went.
packed.
Yeah.
So I can see where Enbridge is, now that the weather's better, like, let's get these locates done.
They're coming back next week, to start working.
It was pretty
They've
funny.
been here for the last 2 weeks.
There were about 10 of us there last Tuesday that all live along 512. And we were trying to convince Enbridge that they agreed to go all the way down 512. It didn't work, but we tried.
Tried anyway.
Yes.
Where does it, like I have, because I don't live in town, I haven't been following as closely where
Just the
it's gonna
village.
run. But is it
Well-
everywhere in the village or?
Yeah,
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah,
579, no, 612 homes and businesses.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked if they could make it 613 and take it to my house.
I was gonna say, do you need to connect to Douglas through Horseshoe?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I believe they're going to Foodland now, so they're
Yeah.
gonna fix them up.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because North Algona was involved in this
right.
project,
right,
just
from before.
because they're not gonna stop at BMR. right?
No.
Yeah.
But
They'll
they're,
do the homes that are,
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're already getting some on Letts Cemetery
Yeah.
and Coal Creek and so on, so.
And I'm assuming people don't need to pay for the hookup.
yeah,
They do?
there's a hookup fee to your house.
Okay,
Just from we just had
It's a
this
distance
conversation,
thing.
property line into your house.
I mean, they're gonna be making money for
Yeah.
ever and ever, but still.
Yeah.
It's a service.
That's right. And they have to pay for their infrastructure too, so.
Yeah.
Once they
And-
get better.
If somebody doesn't hook up now, but let's say they sell their house and the new resident wants it, this is available at any time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the line is, any of the lines that are in, there's not many services, so, but they just go down to find the line, shoot through under the road and hook onto the houses. No business.
You make it sound so easy.
Yeah, sounds really easy, but they can do any of the ones I've seen, they do it in a day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does it cross over to the other side?
It's gonna attach on the side of the bridge.
Okay, that's what I suspected.
Does
Does that-
infrastructure under that bridge?
Boy,
I was gonna say, does that
It's like-
pose any other risks that we would need to be planning for?
no, not really, as long as there's enough space for eventually maybe the water line being attached to it. Maybe in another 50 years or something, but the sewage line goes under the river.
Mhm.
Um,
So no hidden costs, that's,
No, but there's a lot of stuff under that bridge.
yeah,
So, anybody got any questions for me? Nothing?
It's all good.
When does, sorry, one more, when do we expect that to be completed?
Ambridge?
Yeah, the
Oh.
John Street
Oh,
side.
John.
Oh, John Street.
Well,
Is
John
she-
Street will be, most of John Street's gonna be in 26, and then the whole job will be done in 27.
Okay, so the whole construction season, they'll be here?
Yes.
Okay, because we, as counselors, we often get those questions about how much longer, and it's just good to be able to tell people.
I just want the RFP to come in so we can do Mill Street, because Mill Street's gotta be done too.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could look the water across the river, but that's
I know,
just another cost. A very large cost.
but Enbridge will wanna do Mill Street at the same time anyway.
Yes, they're gonna.
So
start there soon.
it's the perfect time to rehab it with the money that we're getting. Yeah. If we can stretch the, yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Well, hope you the
Daryl,
best.
thanks,
All
Daryl.
right.
Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you.
Come on up, Jason.
Over.
We had some resumes come in for the sanitation assistant. Which was good, just getting the process of going through them and. See what we can. Figure out. We've been doing a lot of. Maintenance, snow plowing, trying to fill potholes.
Whole snowplow.
Yeah.
Do you know when the latest date we've ever had to run the snowplows is? Like, we're getting, today was
This
maybe,
morning.
yeah, this morning might have been a record.
Yeah, 6 inches.
It went by our house.
Yeah.
We're like,
I remember May 5th.
yeah, I know that, I
Really?
remember in May, but I didn't know that there was that much to
Yeah.
actually run. Wow.
But I told Jason, since he's in charge of the snow, that I don't want any more. I think that's fair,
That's fair, yeah.
right?
All right, that's all we can do. A lot of the flooding, we have the culverts open, the ditches were full of ice, so we do have some rutting on some of the gravel roads. That we do have to do some maintenance on, but that's generally every spring is like that. When you got 3-foot banks in Plymouth area on the side roads. Ditch days cleanup. Yeah, so that'll be on the Saturday, April the 18th and Saturday, 25th at Sand Road. Everybody can drop off there.
Yay. I know I've gotta do mine, but the snow has to thaw in the ditch.
Lots of time. I think what is it, Thursday? We're up to +12 so with rain.
I'll believe it when I see it, Jason.
Well, I'm hoping. So we did get a lot of our lighting replaced in most of the municipal buildings.
I like those stats.
Yeah.
More than 50%, I think was the lowest, but more than 50% energy savings in every building.
It's
Yes,
amazing.
please.
Yeah,
That's a good thing to highlight to the community.
Right?
That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
You thank Dana for
What's
that.
that?
Dana,
thank you,
Thank you, Dana.
Good stats.
Dana, if you're watching, thank you.
thank you.
and I think that's all I have.
I had a couple of questions about correspondence that I think we should probably ask Jason about. Did you see the request about the bottle collection at Sand Road? I think it's a great idea, love the charity. But the concern is, of course, do we have to amend our C of A? And we haven't even received the new C of A to have a hut with things that can be traded or
Recycling.
recycled. So I don't want to say yes to these people and then it's 8 years later, boom, they can do a bottle drive at Sand Road.
Yeah, so that has to go through the ministry. Unless,
Seriously, even if it's somebody that's not, like, they're willing to take care of this.
What if it's outside the gate?
I was just wondering the same thing.
And for not
Right.
down, but Whiskers, and Alley Cats, people who serve this.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
right at the lip of
Yes.
Sand Road,
Yeah.
it's nice and big. I wonder if we offered.
Someone
Is
else
there
might take them, but
liability
that's the
with
risk.
Costco? I'm looking at
They
Annette's
s-
face.
No, they said that they would,
It's fine, it just has, it can't be anywhere near Sand Road, like that whole site is. Like, it's not like this part of the site of the property we own there is the waste, the whole thing
yeah.
is under the C of A.
Although I totally understand why they would want to do it
Yeah.
at one of our waste sites.
Oh,
It
yeah.
makes
We're there.
perfect sense. Especially sand, where there's all the room and, it's very well organized. And there's no other way to do it than to amend our certificate.
I believe, our consultants are gonna do an ask,
Oh,
but, I'm not sure, like that's just an ask.
okay, so it's in the works then to at least, okay. Okay, so at least we can send them a note saying. I guess Cambium is checking with the ministry. Okay,
I was gonna say, it's easier to beg forgiveness than to ask
I
permission.
feel the same way.
Other townships are doing it, right? Are doing similar.
No, not with that, so.
I know.
Mhm.
And it would just take one person to report us. The other thing, there's a resolution about Turnship roads,
Yes,
and did you see it? And I'm not sure why there's any mystery when it used to be brand new oil that was like whatever, 20W40. And now they're using used engine oil, recycled engine oil that has little to no viscosity in our roads, in Turnship and in asphalt. So I'm not sure where the mystery is about why our roads don't last 50 years. So is this something you wanted us to? I don't see any use in it, and now there's a new standard and it will be across the province through AORS. So I'm not sure how this resolution helps.
really, township, like they say, hasn't been what it used to be,
Yeah,
so that's why we have swung to asphalt.
right.
So,
But I don't understand why there's any mystery in
Wow.
when you
But-
used to use like thick oil that would hold it all together. And now you're using, I mean, if you watch somebody do an oil change, the oil is like, it looks like apple juice. I don't,
But my understanding is that the resolution is so that they can't use subpar materials that then cost us down the road. So it's about minimum standards through
But
but you're saying it's already happening?
yes, that's what I didn't understand, is that AORS already said and had it passed. And I had it sent to me and I'm like, well, my exact words were, I'm feeling decidedly stupid because I thought that there was an Ontario-wide standard. Apparently there is not.
So has it passed and there is already?
As far as,
Or
yeah.
is it like in the works?
no,
And
I
this,
think it's passed.
I don't know.
Anyway, the other thing is AORS is coming to talk about abuse of roads employees. So I think that that's something very important, and it's amazing since that the Good Roads resolution went out, that more and more and more employees are coming forward about people abusing them when they're out plowing or grading the road. So interesting. Like, is it happening more or are we just now hearing about it? It's,
probably more the latter.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Soon our graders will have to be equipped with dash cams.
we could do that. Body cams, John.
It's a horrible, yes, well,
So that's great. You answered all my
Oh.
questions.
so with respect, Jason, to the bottle recycling and can recycling, Bill Matheson on Bon Shore West, for years had a depot to collect bottles and then went to the scouting movement, which worked well. It was a small scale operation, and so there should be no reason why some individuals or small businesses couldn't, if they chose to, couldn't have a depot and then funnel the products to the charity who wants to use them.
Oh, no, John, I think she only requested the waste site
Yeah,
because that's such a natural thing, right?
yes,
You've got all your waste, you've got your recycling, and you can do your bottles for the charity, for the animal rescue right at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, I think they realized that they can do a bottle drive on their own. It was just, the request was that this would make a lot of sense, and it really does, and I hate red tape, but I'm not gonna have a rant. Cause.
If you thought big enough, perhaps you should talk to Megan at Futures Program. Maybe that could work out together for something. Although I remember in Pembroke, sometimes if you tread on the toes of the contractors who are collecting recyclables, it could cause trouble. But maybe there's an opportunity. But I hate to
I
see the
also
bottles
wonder, I also wonder, just given your comment about the red tape, if it's worth, a letter to the Minister of Red Tape to say, we've identified an area that we could use your help on.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it through first and then, because
Yeah, okay.
we wanted to build this hut, right? Maybe even just whatever, just a little building to have things like, I use the example, I have a coffee table. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't suit our needs anymore. I don't want to throw it out. I don't want it can't go to the clothing bank. So where should it go? And I think it's such a good idea to have that sort of resource at the waste site where you can come and give and take. But how long has that been now? A year and a half? That's ridiculous.
But that's to my point,
I know.
like they have a whole ministry for red tape. We
I
can say,
know.
hey, here's an example. It's been a year and a half. What would you suggest? Plus, we'd like to do this.
I love that they took that out from the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing and made their own ministry. And I would like to say that Annette and I caused that change. Because we asked Steve Clark, when he was the minister, about 800 times, what paperwork have you reduced? And we never got a list. We never ever got a list. The red tape reduction. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, good luck with your hiring.
No more snow, Jason.
Can you, ask Daryl, tell me what that was?
Yep.
Thanks.
And just ticks me off because it's such a lovely idea.
Yeah,
And with the loss of the beer store,
Yeah.
right? Like it was such a good idea.
Let's see what the ministry said.
Think somebody can sweet talk them
We're in trouble.
because it is for charity. Hello, Daryl.
Hello. So we'll start with fire. There's actually one more call that's on this. My report was already done and we were out after it. So I will make the adjustments in the next report.
Excellent.
that was from March.
Yeah, it was March 31st, actually. My report was done the day before. Or sometime it was just, it didn't line up. I just couldn't get it in. So.
No worries.
Yeah. Again, I've outlined the calls that were out other, so we had 2 alarm calls, one outside the township, which was the Miss North Algona, and the other was a public assist call. So we have entered into our provincial burn season, which runs until October 31st. So we have been letting people know that there is no more daytime burning. And I did attach a draft open air burning bylaw with the with trying to eliminate brush piles throughout the burn season. I know it might be short notice, but we're looking at, we may extend it into the summer a bit. The forecast for this summer is supposed to be extremely dry and hot. So this kind of sits well.
This winter was supposed to be dry and warm.
I know. It's just.
I had a question in your bylaw about enforcement. did you want to include our bylaw enforcement in there as well?
Yeah.
Or do you only wanted to, because you've got chief, or deputy chief as assigned?
Well, we have the ability to extend it, like, we don't have to find them that day. If we go
Okay.
that route for enforcement, I can go out a couple of days later, or I have up to 30 days, I believe, before so, cause I may not.
Oh,
even
no,
be-
so I was just wondering if in that enforcement line, if you wanted MLES included,
No, I think.
or do you just want to leave fire bylaw with fire?
Yeah, I think we just.
Good
leave it
enough.
at
I thought I'd ask.
that. Yeah, no, I.
It was the one thing that it was sort of glaring when I read,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we talking about the bylaw now
Yeah.
then? I have to find it in here, but in the penalties section, maybe it's not there, but it said that the owner of the property is responsible even if they have renters.
Correct.
I'm wondering about that. I think we want to encourage a rental market. And I'm wondering if that really prohibits people from renting a property, knowing that they're on the line if someone does something dumb. Or doesn't follow the law. I think that for minors, let's say, on a property, like if it was my kid that did it, the owner should be responsible if they are related. But I think if it is somebody who is a renter, they should be responsible, not the owner of the property. So that was,
I don't think we can do that.
I was gonna say, I think that we've been told that before. That it's up to the owner of the property to inform. It's no different than an Airbnb, right? The owner is responsible for waste pickup, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't think we
We
can.
don't have a relationship with the tenant.
That's right.
We only have a relationship with the property owner. It's the property owner that has the relationship with the
Right.
tenant. So
Yeah.
they can pass it on.
right,
Yeah,
they could say if I do,
We can't, because we don't.
It's the same provision for smoke alarms. Even if you're renting, it's up to the owner to make sure that the smoke
Absolutely.
alarms
Makes
and the
sense.
carbon monoxide are in place.
Great
Even if the
example,
renter disables them, it's still the owner's concern.
right?
So we try to educate as much as we can, and we have let people know we're in our burn season. Again, if this is gonna be something that we're gonna look at, we can definitely push it. And to get everybody aware that it's coming.
I think that would be prudent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did hear from Admast and Bromley that they brought this in last year and it has made a significant
Yes,
difference.
and it's not just us, other townships are looking at it, especially in light of what happened last
I
year.
was just gonna say, I bet Matt Valley and Killaloe were looking at it too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still trying, from what I gathered today, they're still trying to determine where that thing started.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So
That's problematic considering the MNRF was involved.
that is,
Wow.
so, because one has an agreement, one doesn't.
Oh,
And it's a cheap insurance policy, but.
yeah.
And also this has to go down to Queens Park to get
Yes.
approved. So,
So this then is standard based on other
the set
bylaws?
lines,
Just the bylaw itself is based on like a
Yeah.
formula?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, it's a pretty standard. I mean, I brought it up at the chief's meeting and Chief Cole from Horton sent me his, and it's pretty much the verbiage is all the same.
So I do have a question. If there are no other concerns with the bylaw as it is, then we can send it off to provincial offenses to have it approved there, which might take till the end of the month. So it could potentially come back at the first meeting in May to be passed as a bylaw. Now, the effective date in there is June 1st.
Yeah,
Is everyone comfortable with that?
I thought that's why you did it.
Yeah, well, because it has to go out and we still gives us time to let everybody know.
It gives another, say, 4 or 5
Exactly,
weeks
yeah,
before it's
before it
law.
comes in the law. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I'm good. I'm fine, yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, anything else with fire?
No more fires.
I agree with Tracy, no more fires.
Good enough.
Just like with Jason, no more snow. I don't think that we're asking that much.
No, not at all.
Well, if I had a direct call with Mother Nature, I'd be definitely calling her.
No kidding.
I have a question, just, pursuant to our conversation at, budget. Wondering if you've had a chance yet to reach out to Douglas Fire Department to
have.
begin that conversation?
She barely was here today.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And does it feel positive?
Well, I'm gonna have to have a chat meeting with Annette, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you for moving on that so quickly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he just shot me a message today and said, "You in the office?" I said, "Yes," and there he showed up.
There you
That's
go.
great.
But I had stopped last week on my way to Ottawa, and I said, you know, we need to get together, so. Okay,
Awesome.
Very good. I had one other question just before you. I recall that we used to see how many firefighters were in each hall, like how many at employment and how many here. Is that
we,
practice different now?
no, basically, we've come under one roof,
Okay,
yeah. The reason being is that there's only one body up there. So we've decided we're doing all our maintenance, all our training. Now, it's not to say we don't go up there and train, because we got some facilities up there, but we're bringing everybody under one roof,
okay.
so that's why it's not
It was
broken out,
a calculated decision.
yeah. Now, there's still apparatus up there.
Right.
Yes, we're not closing the hall.
That's-
Make that
Okay, that's what I was.
No.
crystal clear.
That's
We're
not
not closing the hall.
happening.
They're still
No.
part of the team.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah. It's just that it just makes a little more sense.
more efficient.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Having one person train on their own. Lonely.
It's only at the top.
And how's
Why
your
not?
recruitment going with the junior firefighters?
We're doing quite well. I'm getting, we had, whatever the township put on for the job fair.
Yeah.
They ended up giving out 8 or 9 applications, and I went to the school last week, and
Right.
again, it was another 8. There's people coming in. It's, right now, I think we're back up to 5 or 6 students. You know, I think we're trying to max it at 10, because it could get a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're kind of changing up how we run the program. But we're not gonna run through this summer. And we're still developing, and we are gonna have, so they're gonna come through. We're trying to keep it very interactive. Because the last thing we want to do is have the kids come in after being in school all day and then stick them in the classroom.
Yeah.
That they'll just glaze over it.
Yeah.
So we want them on the as
Bless you.
best we can.
Well, I just want to commend you on that, because I know you don't have to do that, and it's an extra effort. But it's, I think, a really good offering that our community has that not a lot of
Yeah,
them do.
it's not that it's new. It's been done in other places, but
But it's not everywhere.
no.
It takes, it takes someone
Take
who,
your compliment.
But it does-
Say thank
it
you.
takes someone who wants to put in the extra effort, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's nobody telling you have to do this.
Well, I really can't take the credit, because this was when I was in Group GM. This was the brainchild of one of my district chiefs. But so when I brought it here, I just massaged it, because it really didn't work as well as we thought down
There you go.
there. Yeah.
See?
So on the building. So, I mean, the permits are coming in. I'm up to 9 already, and I think if you look at March compared to 25 to 26, we're actually a little ahead of the game in the values.
And dollars.
Yeah, but I mean, the way the world is, the economy's going, I mean, the price of gas, everything's gonna be driven up a little bit, so hopefully they'll get this settled. And I have more in my inbox, so it's starting, the phone's ringing more. So,
Great.
Well, I'm confident that Bon Chevalier is still the best place to build anything in the province, so it'll turn
well,
around.
thank you, John.
Agreed, John.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thanks, Daryl.
Okay,
I was gonna get lynched in Moose Factory.
Do you want to take a short break or do you want to continue on?
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
Doesn't matter.
maybe a quick bio break?
Okay, 5 minutes or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why a break.
There's a little gift for her.
Good.
Okay, we're back live.
Welcome back, everyone. So now we're on to correspondence A. So I'll bucket these together. So numbers 1 to 6. Does anyone have any comments? Anyone want to share? No? And
Of correspondence A?
yeah, so
Yeah.
just looking at 1 to 6.
Yeah.
No, nothing, right?
7 to 10 is all me.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
ask.
so good.
That's why I'm believing that for you,
I
because there's a
love
lot of good
that.
stuff in here.
No, but, okay, you have no idea how helpful this is.
Yeah,
That the county council summary, all the stuff with the caucus, even Dr. Morgenstern's report to the
and the
board.
drug strategy update, like, sorry, opioid crisis is on a decline.
Yeah.
Actually, that was my takeaway from this, based on last year.
And we think that Mesa is having a lot to do
Yeah,
with that.
that was a very good report, and that's a
Yeah.
good one to share. I don't know if Debbie, if you saw it or not,
Yeah, it's all in our package.
yeah.
What is it?
The Renfrew County
But-
District Drug Strategy, so it talks about the opioid crisis, deaths, and it's saying that emergency department visits declined by 59% and 30% respectively in 2025. Like, that's a significant number,
I know,
so.
it's incredible.
Thought that was
We
handy.
celebrate our paramedics at the county, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that, and our Mesa crew. Yeah, it's just so helpful because I don't have to reinvent the wheel in my mayor's report with all this information. Like, one of the things in the caucus is about this Alto high-speed rail line. And although it doesn't even kiss the county of Renfrew, this is an enormous concern in Eastern Ontario. Just with the expropriation of lands and dead ending of roads and splitting up communities. It's a serious issue, and was about an hour of our Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus meeting a couple of weeks ago. And so even though it doesn't affect us directly, it certainly affects our colleagues. And as the Roma Board 6 member, Zone 6 member, it's really important for me to be up on this because I got a letter just yesterday about whether or not Roma was going to sort of dig their heels in with the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus and reach out to the federal government.
Well, I visualize this high-speed rail being, is the bridge that they put in there on Silver Lake Creek, that the farmers can't get their tractors across it.
Well, and.
And that's what's gonna happen here. They
It will
can't get their combine on the other side
Exactly.
because the bridge is too small, and it'll be all that nonsense.
I know, well, and one of the most ironic things is it doesn't have a stop in Kingston. Well, if you're going from Montreal to Toronto, why wouldn't you stop in Kingston? So, and in any case, the Mayor Patterson was not very pleased, but it wasn't, nobody is against high-speed rail. It's the way that they rolled it out, and it was sole source, and now there's, even over the weekend, there was some skullduggery about the sole sourcing, and anyway, it remains to be seen. All it means is that I don't have to then reinvent and put it all in my mayor's report, because you guys are getting it right from the bodies.
But the question is, will the people use it?
I don't know, the return on investment, I don't believe the numbers that they put out, but I don't know high-speed rail very well. So
I could tell you a long story happened in the late 60s, but anyway. They had,
be on a break.
they had a high-speed car. And we were going, myself and my wife and my friend and his wife, were going to Montreal from Oshawa. For him to play old timers hockey in Montreal, and we took this high-speed rail. Well, we didn't get anywhere at all, and it quit.
Oh,
Anyways, we finally got to Montreal and spent our 2 or 3 days, and then we got on the train to come back. But they couldn't get it going. They finally pulled us out of the station so that we could flush the toilets. And and finally the regular engine got us back to Oshawa. Something like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Did they announce the line?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. I will say I met with the people from Alto
yep,
when we were there for Roma.
yeah,
And one of the things that they had said is, like, that in order to be high speed, it can't have too many stops to get up going and whatnot. So, you know,
Kingston just seemed like a ridiculous.
it would,
Yeah.
I would have thought actually, we already have a line that goes Toronto, Kingston and
Exactly.
whatnot. That it might make more sense to have like Toronto, Peterborough.
They are doing,
Marn, is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay, good.
yeah, they are doing Peterborough.
Cause I think that's a place like that's not connected, is more along Highway 7, so that we'd have more than just the one line along the 401.
Well, and
but-
why they're not just following along with the line that's right there, and why Via Rail that's floundering, there were so many considerations. It
Yeah.
just- Yeah,
I don't know, I see it a little differently. I think it's good to build like more expansion in terms of like where the lines are running, so that it's not just people along the 401 corridor.
oh, it wouldn't be, I'm just saying that there's a lot of confusion and upset about prime agricultural land,
Yeah.
about farms being
It's
divided.
the execution of it, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, the idea is great,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else on
Nope.
that? Just moving along.
Unless you guys
So-
had questions for me about county council or,
Just like, I was just gonna say, you know, the Ministry of Health report was great to
I know.
know people can look at this and learning what's going on with immunizations, the drug strategies there.
Jason is always the highlight of our Board of Health meetings, I've gotta tell you.
He does a full report.
He really does, and even in my mayor's report, I'll report on it in a minute, but you know, just that morning, there was a report of a new COVID variant, and it was so great to, you know, a few hours later to be able to ask Jason, like, is this of concern to you? And he said, not yet, so.
Anything, I don't know if I need to talk about the modernization of wildfire management, Jen, is there anything
No.
that's, yeah. Okay.
It's all good.
So moving on then, the correspondence B, there's a few different things in relation to things that, things I think that would want to support, the Ontario Heritage request.
Yeah, and funnily enough, of course, our neighbors to the south there, in
Mhm.
McNabb Braeside. And Mayor Hudnott brought this up, we spoke about it at county. I think that we should definitely support their resolution.
Okay, and would you say the same for the Conservancy of Ontario proposal,
No,
helping funding? Let me set it, I'm sorry,
because we don't.
I'm getting that
have
one
one.
confused, so apologies.
Well, this is heritage.
Yeah, I know, I
housing.
got confused.
Yeah. Not, okay,
Sorry, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
following either. What are
Sorry,
these?
the
Number
Heritage,
2,
the first one, Ontario Heritage Organization Development Grant.
So we want to bring forward a resolution at the next council meeting for number 1
yeah,
Yes,
and number 2?
that's what I'm asking. Number
well,
two.
they're sort of the same.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought, sorry, that was my. For both of them?
I think just number one,
Just number 1?
yeah. They're the-
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I know the answer to this one. Police services.
so this is very interesting. This isn't about the police budget. There was some confusion about that. This is about the police services budgets. And I'm not sure if we want to dip our foot in the pool here, toe in the pool. I gather that there are some police service groups that are splitting it evenly. Some of them are doing it by populate. I don't know if we want to dip our toe.
Is it more of a larger community
I
issue
would
than
say
it is
so.
our level?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I wondered.
but in this, when I read it, I saw that whether it was the police or the police services budget, however they're like dividing this, it was
Yeah.
still a building that they wanted to build.
yeah.
So it's an expense that's being downloaded with no ability to have any influence.
So-
And that is concerning to me.
Yeah.
That's the same issue that we have, whether it's the service board or it's the OPP.
Okay, so those costs, in my opinion, are the same as the provincial costs that we're paying for, such as court transfer and a host of other provincial responsibilities. However, I'm loath to open up anything to do with OPP because our partnership fund, and I will tell you, in Eastern Ontario, Bonashir Valley relies on that partnership fund. We are number 2. Policing it directly is affected, the OMF is directly proportional to the policing. How it's calculated, we don't know, but it was first brought in when OPP were downloaded to us. So this is along the same notion of uploading the OPP. I'm loath to open up that can of worms only because will the province then say, okay, well, now we're gonna open up the partnership fund. We're gonna figure out what you don't need. It's problematic. It's problematic either way.
Well, they talked about using strong mayor powers, so that's why I understood it to be
yeah.
more, but greater impact to larger communities.
And Ford said we couldn't use, or
Right.
they, people
You
with
said
strong
no.
mayors, yeah.
And I'm less concerned about the uploading of it necessarily, like that's one way to skin the cat, so to speak.
Yeah.
But also just that there is no ability to have influence. And so that's more my concern. If I was reading it correctly,
You mean like
Like, let's-
consulted,
let's say they want to build a new station
right?
and they're gonna do the Cadillac version, as the mayor of Sarnia or whoever, right,
Right.
said. And we're like, we're struggling here just to have, you know, we've been in the same building and, you know, we can't even make this work for us. And you're gonna go open, we have no say in it, and we just have to pay your, whatever the bill is, we just get the bill, we
Yeah.
have to pay it. I think that is where I find it the most problematic, that you, like, it's like giving your kids a credit card and with no limit.
So-
It just doesn't make, doesn't make any financial sense that they should be able to spend whatever they want without, you know, and then it just comes back and we have to pay it.
So, and I will tell you that those costs are split across the province, so if Sarnia is upset about it, Bonashir Valley will be paying part of that building. So
Yeah.
those are divided, right, provincial responsibility.
Apparently, they've already bought the property for the expansion of Killaloo.
The other thing is that every union, this is no different than our paramedic service. Rules have changed about how these buildings are built, about what the accessibility is. We're learning this very quickly with building the new Whitewater base and the Pembroke base. We learned a little bit about it when we were renovating here in Eganville for the paramedic base, but it would be exactly the same. There are new rules that their unions will say you have to follow. Whether we have a say in it or not, I will tell you, even AMO wasn't consulted when all hell broke loose last year. And we were able to fix it, which is great, after a ton of work. But I don't think you're ever going to see where the Solgen or the OPP feel that they need to consult the municipalities.
Oh, I don't think that they feel they need to, but I think we need to make our voices heard that there has to be a cap on what the increase is year
I
after
mean, you
year,
said that,
right?
Right.
And so right now they have it at 11%, but
Right.
that's only for so long. I would see that being a way of keeping some control over it. Because I also don't want to politicize the building of a new building and that a council can say how many windows they should have or how many, like,
no,
they need to have
Yeah.
what they need to have, but there should be a cap on what we can be expected to increase here. And the fact that it's been 40% or whatever that
Yeah.
number was over the
Yeah.
last 4 years is ludicrous.
yeah.
You know, they're looking at taking over school boards because of, you know, financial management, and yet OPP has the
Yeah,
ability to raise it 40%.
I don't disagree with you, and if you want to support this resolution, I think we could do better.
I
don't saying that I want to support this,
It, right?
Yeah.
What they've run into in Killaloo, when that station was built, there's no such thing as female officers. Now 50% are female officers, and all the females had for bathroom was a little toilet in the corner. And now there's 50%, and that's what's the problem in Killaloo, and probably elsewhere in the province.
Yeah, and they absolutely need to be upgraded and like standards and
Oh, yeah.
whatnot, but I do think we could probably do better and maybe we should do our own homegrown version of this.
I wouldn't mind that portion about provincial responsibility, because that's what we said to the soldier.
Yeah,
But it's the police services budget proposals. Those are my concern.
yeah. I think my concern is that there shouldn't be there shouldn't be free spending without some kind of cap. Yeah, everyone has to work within a budget.
Well, and that's what we said at the delegation
Yeah.
too, right?
John, did you have anything to add?
You're muted, hold on.
Oh,
Wait 1 sec.
Annette muted you,
You were
John.
muted, John.
I muted you on break, sorry, John.
Is that better? And nobody noticed me for 15 minutes?
I didn't see your lips move.
Were you speaking?
You were
I'm following,
No,
I'm following the
It was
discussion.
brilliant, whatever you said.
Yes.
You're-
I'm following the interested discussion with interest, but I'm a contractor for the Solicitor General, so I'm treading carefully till I know more, and I'm very interested in the subject, but I'm going to defer comment.
Awesome.
Moving
Probably
on.
smart.
Prioritization of safety on Highway 11 and 17. The action.
We've
Support.
done so many resolutions
Yeah.
about 17,
okay.
yeah.
This, help name new county recreational trail.
Okay, so I'd like it to be called the Murphy Trail.
Okay, we're done, moving on.
I was thinking the James.
Well, look, I'm the warden this year. We're naming it this year. I don't understand what the problem is,
It's Murphy's Law, right?
right?
Anything we need to do on that?
Not unless you can think of a great name.
Well, I would just say, I think we
Oh,
should put that out on social
Yeah.
media to let
Yeah,
people.
Engage
Yes.
it'll
the
be,
community.
it'll be on the county socials, so we can just share it.
Okay.
So direction to staff to be share that.
We talked about the bottle
And-
return. I don't know if
And,
there's.
and that anyone who says it's the Murphy Trail gets a Christmas card from Jen and Dave.
Bottle return. Is there anything further that we just have to wait and see if this gets approved?
Let's see what Cambium comes back with.
And I just would
And
add,
I
that we do
just-
this for whatever rescues exist in our community, that everybody
Yeah.
is a piece of it.
And I think that it's a charity idea and the ministry should just let us do it.
My
Let them do
only,
it.
my only, like, if it's doable and goes, it can go ahead, my only, question or wondering is how many different charities were using bottle drives? And if we give it just to one, is that
Well,
right? Because I know that
yeah.
like minor hockey used to do bottle drives, I think, and other places. So
Yeah.
would we say that this actually is a township initiative? And then-
No,
Well, and then people can apply for the funds that are raised through there and we can disperse it so that we can, because here's the thing. This organization may not be around forever, so who gets it after
no,
that?
no.
Yeah.
They are willing to this would be their thing at the site.
I
not a
understand.
staff thing.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying is, I think we need to reconsider that, because then we're giving them a monopoly. Not that they don't deserve it, but I just would like to see more information about who was using the
Well-
bottle drive, because if we say, yes, all the money goes to this one organization, who's a very important and great, and like with no disparagement whatsoever in what they did. But if, say, minor hockey was also counting on the bottle drive money that they had, because I know that, you know, in Ringette, we do this in Renfrew and in Cobden and other places, that are we giving everything to one organization when there was a few of them that were using this and counting on it?
But I think that then those entities need to say, hey, we'd like to set up to do a bottle drive as well, and we will man it. Because we don't have the staff resources to do this.
It's a
Yeah,
network
but
project.
I do think that we need to think it through a little bit.
Jason would lose his cotton picking mind.
I get like, it's not
He would
necessarily,
come untethered.
but I get it's not necessarily something that we would want to take on and manage. Like, I do get
Yeah.
that, but I do think just saying yes to the first person that came by, if there wasn't a way of like, maybe we say a call for expression of interest, and that the three of you who all use the bottle drive, fundraising can work out amongst yourself, but as opposed to just giving it a sole source to one.
I think we better find out if we can even do this.
We should, but I probably won't be here when it comes back. So I just
Okay.
wanted to say that I think that before we go ahead, maybe some investigative work on as to who else might this upset if they get left out of it, and let them speak to each other about maybe there's like a co-managing. Maybe they're the only ones and this is moot, but I
it's
think
for
there's
them to reach
research
out
should be
to,
done.
Like, hit, like, reach out when it comes to us.
Well, and I think we
Deal
better
with it.
find out if we can do it before we do anything else.
Well,
because if we
yes.
Can't do it, this is all a moot point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first you need to find out that, but then if it is, I don't think we should rush ahead. We need to look at.
Okay, moving on. Ontario Heritage Organization Development Grant
Yes.
advocacy.
Yeah.
We already-
That's similar to the first one,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so are we actioning this one?
Actually, McNabb's might be better.
Yeah,
Why don't we do that one instead of
Okay.
number one?
number, McNabb's is under number one.
Yeah,
I meant
but
to
it's-
merge them.
yeah.
I didn't mean to put them twice.
No, that's fine, but I think McNabb's is good.
I
I agree.
We talked a bit about the Township Road
Yeah.
application. Is there any action right now that we need to take on this?
Ayers is working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Resolution regarding heritage properties deadline extension. Not sure if that pertains to us or.
No.
Okay.
Do we not have heritage property?
The bridge.
I know about this from another context. And I think it is something that needs to be extended because the government is trying to get it all done before municipal election and it could. It shouldn't be rushed.
That's a bit late.
Yeah, so I mean, even if I don't know if the Bank of Montreal building
No.
is a heritage building.
Oh,
Or-
bridge.
What
Well-
about museum either,
Yeah,
right?
it's
No.
just the museum.
Oh,
Because what they're
That was
trying-
just the bridge.
No,
But what
it's
they're
just the
trying to
So
do
it's
is,
just the museum.
but what they're trying to do is get buildings that are not yet heritage buildings, but they're on the roll to be made heritage buildings. And that to me is rush. So like,
Is anything on the roll, I wonder?
We just have the one heritage building, which is the museum. And that's it.
but it's
So-
not what is currently, in my understanding, it's not what's currently a heritage building, but what is on the roll to get cleaned up and made into.
And I have nothing on, there's nothing, like I
Okay.
have nothing that, like no one's approached us,
And
nobody's, yeah.
Looked up renaming the bridge for Gerald Tracy. It said that the bridge was a heritage feature.
It might be a heritage feature, but it's not heritage property, like
Oh.
it's a structure, it's not I'm not sure how they,
Okay,
but yeah, the only.
but it's on the list.
Yeah, because this came up a while ago, because this has sort of been on the docket for a bit. And, yeah, when I talked to the province, the only one that we have is the museum building, which is, owned obviously by the township and leased to the museum. So at the end of the day, what they said was, if you want to keep it heritage, you keep it heritage. If you don't want it to be heritage because it's a municipal property, council could declare it unheritage if we wanted to, not saying we want to, just saying that was an option. Or it just stays it just stays as a heritage building, which is fine. And that's it. There's nothing else, in Bon Valley that's registered as heritage, but yes, like, so the deadline extension is if people want to continue to look at buildings and properties around Bon Valley, if people are looking to have things declared heritage, but I don't think any of our properties we want to move forward with, but if there might be, as Verve said, like, I don't know if Bank of Montreal wants to have their building declare heritage, but that wouldn't really have anything to do with us, that would be up to them. Now,
Right.
do we want to give an extension deadline? Or we can't give it, do we want to ask for an extension deadline? I don't know.
I mean, we can support it by,
I don't have a feeling one way or the
I
other.
don't either,
I don't
actually.
have- No, it's not, no one has spoken to me about it and kind of said, hey, I don't have knowledge of anybody who's looking at this right now who might be under the crunch of a deadline. And I don't have any municipal properties under the crunch of the deadline, so I'm not worried about it at this moment. But if you know something, maybe somebody talked to somebody that I don't know about.
So what's the decision on this?
Can we carry, can we just put it forward to the next meeting for a decision?
You wanna
Let's,
move it to correspondence C?
yeah,
Oh, correspondence C.
Oh, we'll have some.
Oh, the
just let
elusive.
us look into it a little
Okay.
bit
Yeah.
more.
All right. Mayor's report.
Okay, so since my last report, I attended 21 meetings and events, and county council, you have in your package. Roma, we didn't meet in March. We meet this coming Thursday and Friday. It's kind of a crazy week. We got council today, county tomorrow, Roma Thursday and Friday.
And a short week.
I know. So a lot of my Easter weekend was spent reading.
Mhm.
Eorn didn't meet in March, however, our finance committee did met to review the financial statements. And we've also put in an application of the federal government for high-speed internet in the north. See,
North of what?
in the north,
Of the county?
no, in the north.
Of
I
the
don't know
country?
exactly,
Okay.
I don't, I can't, I don't wanna, yeah.
Got it?
Okay, our CDHU, you've got the report, and I already said, I asked Jason about the new variant of COVID. Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus, you've got that report, as well as the summary of our provincial budget ideas. Also, on April 2nd, the EOWC had the opportunity to meet with Sabine Matheson of Stratcor to discuss provincial matters to prepare for Queen's Park Day in May. And she always does a great job of sort of saying, look, the province was here in January, but they're here now. And so we did have a pretty lofty discussion about, you know, it's hard to swallow that there's no money when they're talking about tunnels and spas and you know, I think the Wardens Caucus, it's sort of disappointing to us when we have projects that are shovel ready that if, you know, if you come to the party, we're gonna make it rain. So anyway, Queen's Park Day should be interesting. On March 23rd, Annette Meredith and I met with Kevin Collins and Victoria Parak from the Office of the Secretary of State for CRA and financial institutions regarding the Bank of Montreal closure. I guess they'll follow up with us. We're waiting with bated breath to see how, but the meeting was good.
And I think we put it on their radar in a way they weren't aware of.
Agreed. So I'll be interested to find out what they find out. On March 26th, I attended the pre-briefing of the budget, of the provincial budget. During the briefing, it was all elected. And when we were done, we were all texting each other, why did they invite us when there was nothing significant for the municipal sector? Like there were no big announcements or, you know, they talk about building homes and there's some infrastructure stuff, but how does that really come down to the municipal sector? So it was interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It was embargoed for the rest of the day or whatever it was, but I'm not sure what was so secret. Although I haven't read the entire 800-page budget, maybe there are nuggets in there. On March 31st, Annette and I met with Mayor Nicholson, Mayor Bros and their staff, and Kayla Mentors from the Echo Center to organize how the electric vehicles will be used. So as you saw, our chargers are outside, very exciting. Hopefully this will make people stop, charge, and use our downtown. Okay, events. On March 21st, I attended the Easter egg hunt. Congratulations to Sarah and Annette for making such a,
Can I ask a question just about the charger?
sure.
I'm assuming that if someone has an electric car, it will tell you where the chargers are. So this has been hooked up to that and everyone who's looking for a charge between Ottawa and Algonquin Park will automatically know that we don't need to advertise it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
it'll be on the Flow app.
Okay,
And then I guess that gets delineated to Charge Hub and Charge Me and all of the other very confusing electric vehicle charging apps.
yeah, it is too bad that it's not more uniform, I have to say.
Yeah.
Very, very annoying.
Yeah. On On March 22nd, it was my honor to help drop the puck at the Lisa Sharp Memorial Hockey Tournament, and thank you to the organizers and the Sharp family for including me. Your phone, madam. On March 27th, I, along with Mayor Dave Schulis, MP Cheryl Gallant, MPP Billy Bonneau, and Chief Greg Sarrazin dropped the puck for the opening of the 20th anniversary of the Ontario Heritage Cup in Beavis Bay. The Irish won. I'm sure everybody saw that great photo.
Yep.
And
Made
the
the front
leader, it was
page.
very exciting. It was, when we dropped the puck, it was the Irish and the Algonquins of Pikwakanagan that started. There was a little trash talk between me and the chief, a little trash talk. On.
You didn't get canceled though.
What?
You didn't get canceled.
I
for
did
it.
not,
That's good news.
no, no. On March 28th, I attended the ribbon cutting for the new and improved Eganville Clothing Bank. The event was very well attended. The space looks incredible if you haven't been in. So much more organized, and I can't say enough about Michelle and her crew. It was fantastic. On March 31st, I, along with Mayor Bros, attended the Enbridge Gas open house at the Eganville Legion Fish Fry. Guys, it was packed.
Wow.
I don't know where all of you were, but it was packed. So when I got there at, let's call it 10 to 5, so it opens at 4, I was number 57. So, and Enbridge was thrilled with the turnout. And I gotta tell you, the chicken fingers
Very good.
did not disappoint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was the date of that again? Cause
the
Yeah.
31st, last Tuesday.
right,
On
did not
April
go.
1st,
I had Passover. I
ah,
was gonna-
on April 1st, it was truly an honor to attend the swearing in of the new band council for the Algonquins of Pikwakanagan. Apparently, we've never been invited, the warden has never been invited before. It was one of the most beautiful things, guys. Like when I think about how we're sworn in and we pledge allegiance to the king and blah, 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 and we sign and we sit down. This was so impactful and so beautiful. They were drummed in, they had youth doing a dance. They were each given an eagle feather. Amy Bailey explained why the eagle feathers. They read the most beautiful oath of office, where they reaffirm their commitment to the land and the people. And then they sign their documents and they're all notarized, and then they read their code of conduct. It was, I cried. I'm not gonna lie. Craig Kelly was sitting beside me. He's like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, yes, I am. It was so moving. And funny because I said to Craig, you know, I don't get drummed in. But
We could do something good
he
with that.
suggested Air of the Night.
Yeah.
Phil Collins, right? No, but it was so wonderful and so much more of a ceremony than just sign a document and sit down. Like it was really, really, really beautiful. I wish all of you could have been there. But it was an honor to watch, and I understand that the chief and band council were very happy that I was there. So that's really nice too. But it was, guys, it was so beautiful.
If I can, I think it is a sign of the work that has been done to build bridges that you were invited. And that's part of reconciliation. It's not just sort of the atoning and making things better, but learning from what they do and how they do things with ceremony that is
Yeah.
meaningful and impactful, and adopting some of those practices as well.
Yeah.
Right? We can all say what land we're on and who was here first, but bringing some of those without appropriating,
No.
right?
Oh, yeah, no.
Bringing some of those practices, I think is really like an interesting, like thought on how we do things that could
Yeah.
actually reflect the history. And, you know, someone who has recently started working with an Indigenous government,
Yeah.
like, I think that the work and that we have a lot to learn,
Yes, we do.
our Indigenous partners. And often our colonial take makes us think that like we are the more or in the past, people have thought that we are more civilized, let's say, but I think we're learning that that is not the case at all.
I understand that Kevin, who is newly elected in Pikwakanagan, did some training with, county employees. And he's coming back apparently to do it with the elected. So that might be something for the new council here, especially with the Pikwakanagan being our neighbors, sharing a lake with them. But you nailed it, Mayor. I swear to God, every time Amy Bailey opens her mouth, I learn something new.
Mhm.
I had no idea why the eagle feather was so important. I didn't understand the symbolism behind it. I didn't understand, I just find myself almost like craving for more information to
Mhm.
know more about history and about anyway. It was so beautiful, guys. Their oath of office and their connection to the land is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I agree, I would never want to appropriate
Mhm.
something that they did, but certainly an oath, we have to do the municipal act oath. But we could expand on, things that are important to us.
I like the celebration component, because that's something we don't have here in municipal. And, when you think about the number of women who come forward, like to get elected, to put yourself out there in the public.
Mhm.
And given, I would have, and I believe since post-COVID, we were talking about a bit, the angry people online and so politicized, like there's a like putting yourself out there in
No.
the public and advocating for your community, for yourself, like there should be more celebration around it.
And they've got 4 new members of the band council, one of whom is a very young woman and another is a very young man.
Yeah.
So it's also
Next
nice
gen.
to see exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just, someone who's not gonna be running again and
You don't
part
know
of
that,
this.
come on.
What?
You don't know
Oh,
that.
I do know that. But
Trust me,
I
he knows that. She
I,
has a job.
Yeah. if I had the time, I would love to stay on, but I just can't. That being said, I think that there is something to learn from like making it more open to the public and then having an opportunity for a meet and greet after so that people can meet their new, especially the next time around when there's going to be quite a few new people, having an opportunity to meet your new council and to talk to
Yeah.
them. I think that is something that would be really,
And that's what they did.
You
right.
mean
Right
beyond
after-
the basement in the Legion?
And I will tell you,
And you feed them, they will come.
That's true.
Macwa was full. Like,
Yeah.
there were a lot of people there.
Yeah. Such a
So,
beautiful.
Yeah,
building.
you could do it at Eagle's Nest and invite the community to come and,
yeah, so they had it was at 1 and then they had sort of a
Yeah.
luncheon afterwards, but yeah, it gave everybody an opportunity to congratulate their entire new council and just to enjoy the afternoon.
yeah, and I would say even less about like celebrating, although I do agree, like it is a lot to put yourself forward, but also just making those connections so people
Yeah.
know who they can call and who represents them.
Well, and I think the swearing in, because it's such a ceremony, people do come
Yeah,
and they do stay, right? I had to leave because I had to meet with the county auditors, but yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. I can't say enough about it.
John Innes has been waiting since 3 o'clock for our closed session, just FYI.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so let's move along then. Establish next meeting date?
April 21st.
April 21st.
did we switch those dates? Cause I had the first in my other calendar and
They're
then,
the
no?
same as when we adopted them at the first meeting.
Yeah, okay, I just put it in.
Did you have something? Mer, do you want to say?
I don't want to delay it, but you should want to see the seniors building they have on the reserve. And I go there every Sunday and play euchre,
Nice.
and it's right overlooking the lake, just beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Debbie,
did
we
you
should
have
be
any
partners,
questions?
they're a team.
I was just, so the chargers are functioning?
Mhm.
No,
No.
Oh,
After all that talk, I'm not
Yeah.
looking.
They will
But
be.
we'll have some kind of, we can do something when they're functioning
Yeah.
and.
We
Does
do
he
a
have the
little
vehicle?
ribbon cutting?
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, I will get out of the way, so you
We'll,
guys can do your clothes.
We'll do, yes,
We'll do a ribbon
we'll
cutting.
do a ribbon cutting. Bye, Jamie.
Okay,
So
so
Annette,
we are now moving
Are you
into,
going out that way?
Yeah.
I actually parked it out.
Okay.
we're just
Bye,
gonna,
Debbie.
That door could be.
we're having a closed session with the MTE, sorry, that's to review the price on the
Whoa.
Aboriginal housing tax exemption case. Can I have someone to move us into close?
I will.
All in favor?
I need to read this.
John, if you can then go to your closed meeting, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
take a copy.
this-
okay, I'll see you there. Thank you.